once in a while I'll change the format up on the channel just to stay fresh. I do different ideas just to shake things up, just for myself and have fun. I like to do different things, and lately, if you guys noticed, in the last 3-4 weeks, I've been taking two stories and I've been putting, like today's, the Mothman versus the Chupacabra. What's the bigger story? I'm not here to say that a winner of a story makes the other story fake or wrong. Not at all. It's a celebration of the two stories. I put up the stories as a way to bring two stories that had an event on somebody in life. Just, two stories. There's not a wrong or right to one of stories versus the other one. There's not. And I say this on every show like this. It's up to you on certain reasons why a show is bigger, a story is bigger than the other one. It could be personal reasons. You might live in the Virginia area where the Mothman story is generated from, or originated from. And that could be the reason why it's the bigger story. Or you might be Chupacabra. You might be more into it. I mean, there's so many different reasons. It's not about one's better than the other. It's just about getting the two stories out, having some fun, putting some votes in, and maybe you telling us why you believe one story is better than the other. Or this might be better. You might not ever heard some of these stories, And the reason I'm bringing this up is I thought I bring this up because yesterday I saw some. I got dirty emails. I got some mean messages from people because it's like it's like they took a side and they treated it like it was a battle. They treated it like it was a battle. The Berkshire versus the Val Johnson incident. They took it like it was a battle. And I sit here and I don't understand it. There was no battle. It was about what event. Those were two important events for a lot of people for different reasons. They weren't to pin one against each other like this is truth, this is not. They both could be 100% truth. They both could be 100% false. But there's a reason why a story generates with somebody for a certain reason. And I didn't there's some things, and I don't appreciate somebody coming in the middle of one story and say, oh, that other story is fake. What I'm asking is, hold off on saying a story is fake after I present both stories. Because I'm not here to sway people to vote a certain way. That's why I save my vote for the end. It's not about that. It's about celebrating these stories. There's no vampires versus werewolf. There's no right or wrong why you like one story versus the other. There's nothing wrong at all. Remember, these stories are celebrations. They're not to put down somebody. Lately, I've been hearing from people that they haven't even heard of these stories, and that's fantastic. That's great. I want to give one example for myself. I did a show on Amityville Horror versus The Conjuring House. Right? What's the bigger story? Now, I picked the Amityville Horror House over The Conjuring. Even though I think The Conjuring is more haunted than Amityville. I believe the Amityville was more exaggerated versus The Conjuring House. But the reason I picked Amityville Horror, because that's the story I knew first in life. That's the story that made me want to look into the paranormal versus The Conjuring House. So for me, that's the bigger story. Now, we have a good friend in the channel, like Amber's Perry World. Love her. And I'm trying to get her on the show for next Thursday. Love her. She did an investigation at The Conjuring House. So maybe for her, if she put in a vote, she'd probably put The Conjuring House because she actually investigated a house. So there's different reasons on why a story is yours. Even though one story might be more real than the other one, but the truth of the matter is the Amityville Horror is the one that got me want to look into the paranormal. Even though I think that's more exaggerated than most stories out there. So there's so many different reasons, people. We're here to have fun and enjoy, because life is short. Life is short. When you just hear tragedy news like we heard about Joe, it puts life into perspective that my God, there's more to life than to bitch and complain. It's I don't know. I'm sorry to go off on this, but I just don't understand. I have my own Reddit page. My own Reddit page is called Gypsy Road, and after every show, I put the show link on my Reddit page. People go on my page like, get this garbage off this channel. It doesn't even deserve to be on this page. I'm like, dude, this is my page. What, I can't put my own content on my own page? And then people are like, could they come out and say, oh, you're just a redneck? And then I sit there and I'm thinking to myself, now we're name calling? Whoa. And redneck is a bad, it's because I wear a cowboy hat? This isn't for show. This is for fun. And, why even call somebody a redneck? You want to call me a redneck? I'm proud to be a redneck, I guess. I don't understand why we even have to name call and put labels on the people. It doesn't make sense. There's a line in a song that's one of my favorite lines in a song. It's on Social Distortion, one of the Social Distortion albums. It's a song called Reach for the Sky. And there's a saying that reach for the sky because tomorrow may never come. I love that line. Because you got to live life for today. Because you just don't know. One of my best friends who I grew up with from Kerman, California, Fresno, Kerman, California, who lives up here in Washington, who I've been around since I was 5 or 6 years old. And he was diagnosed with kind of like Joe, 4th degree cancer. So he's sitting there. Sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. He's sitting there, doing cancer treatments every week. And I'm sorry. It's just, man, sorry. It's just, your best friends, your friends, your people you care for, they're sitting there and you don't know if tomorrow's going to come. And then here we are bitching about calling people rednecks and just because one story is better than the other, and you're just oh man, I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry about this, guys. I'm sorry. It just sometimes in life I just don't get it. I just woo! Sorry. I just don't understand. I just don't understand people. We just need to have a good time, and we just need to have a good time. That's it. Just relax and if there's a story that's better for you, there's a story that's better for you. And here, listen, we're gonna get to the Mothman in a second. I'm gonna play what's also happening to our friend Joe, and it hit me like a bricks when Danny told me about this yesterday, because I'm going with this with my best friend. This is a 3-minute clip on what's going on with Joe, and his YouTube channel is in the link. This is 3 minutes long, and I gotta hold on. I gotta refix my stuff for a second, and I apologize for this. I didn't know it was gonna be this emotional, so I apologize. Let me get this up.